Thank you, Hugh. Good evening, everyone, and welcome, to the Hawthorns. Two teams, neither of whom are where they want to be in the Championship, but both appear to be heading in different directions. That's because Sheffield United's recent upturn in form could well be a catalyst for a playoff push, but for West Brom, the build-up to Christmas has not been very merry at all so far. There's already big pressure on Ryan Mason. Lose tonight, and the scrutiny will grow. Here's the team he's picked. Wildsmith in goal, Campbell, Bielik, Phillips and Styles, Diakite and Malumbi, Johnston, Price and Grant behind Hegerber up front on the West Brom subs. Griffiths, Wallace, Mepham, Madger, DK, Gilchrist, Illing Jr., Taylor and Bostock. For Sheffield United, 6 changes from the draw with Norwich in midweek. Cooper is in goal. They are 6 unbeaten Sheffield United. Sariki, McGuinness, Tanganga and Burrows. Samare and Riedewald, Harmer and Brooks, Bamford and Campbell are the 2 up front, and the Sheffield United subs: Davis, McCallum, Arblaster, Bindon, Cannon, Ings, O'Hare, Chong and Matos. And as I look down below us, we are sat high at the back of the Halfords Lane stand with a steep drop to the touchline below, and we're right above the 2 dugouts, expecting to see Chris Wilder and Ryan Mason shaking hands any moment now. Very experienced Chris Wilder as he sits with his long-time assistant Alan Mill alongside him. It took a little while, didn't it, Mark Albrighton, but I don't think there's any great surprise that Chris Wilder is turning Sheffield United around again.
No, there's not. I think it took time because it was a different set of players that he was coming into. He worked at Sheffield United for so long with the same group, maybe 1 or 2 additions here and there, but he come into what was a totally different squad to what he had left. So it was always gonna take a bit of time, but I think now he's got him going. You can really see the Chris Wilder effect that he seems to have at this football club, and there's massive expectations now on what they can do going forward.
And for West Bromwich Albion, Mark, your old club, how big a night is this for Ryan Mason?
I think it's huge. I do. I think especially with the defeat at Southampton and the manner of it in terms of going down 3 goals in the first 35 minutes. I think that was when that happens, there's clearly something wrong, and there's a temperament. So I think it's important that they get off to a good start in front of their home fans tonight to try and get these fans on side and get them behind them.
Well, Sheffield United have got into a huddle right in front of the away support at the Smethwick end, away to our right hand side, at the start of a massive weekend of Championship football across your home of the EFL. 3 live games in less than 24 hours, and we start here under the lights at the Hawthorns. The Baggies need a boost to their season so far, and Sheffield United hope to continue to climb up the table, and the only place you can hear live and exclusive national radio commentary of the EFL is right here on TalkSport 2 and on TalkSport. Sheffield United get the game off and underway from right to left in the first half towards the Birmingham Road end. Red and white striped shirts, black shorts and white socks. And West Bromwich Albion playing from left to right towards the Smethwick end, split between home and away fans. West Brom in the traditional dark blue and white striped shirts, white shorts and dark blue socks. Early touch on that far side of the field for Nat Phillips, and now Malumbi with the red boots on midway inside his own half for West Bromwich Albion. Christian Bielik in possession. He's shifted to a central defensive role tonight with George Campbell playing at right back. Early long ball downfield for West Brom, and it could reach Mikey Johnston, who's in an offside position, and Sheffield United get themselves a free kick. I can already see Chris Wilder in his long dark overcoat and Ryan Mason only a few metres down below us, standing on the edge of their respective technical areas. It's a good lively atmosphere here in the West Midlands, and it is 0-0 on TalkSport 2 with just over a minute gone. And as you were saying, Mark, what West Brom want is a fast, high tempo, high energy start tonight.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think you can just in there with the long ball up to Hegerbo, and it's important that the rest of the attacking players in this West Brom team, Mikey Johnson, Isaac Price and Colin Grant are getting up close to Hegerbo to support him, because it is a lonely job up there, and even in that case there, he's done so well to win the header against his centre half. So it's important that the rest of them get around him and get his knockdowns.
Well, the ball is back with the Sheffield United goalkeeper Michael Cooper, all in bright yellow. High ball across towards the far side, the right, into the West Brom half. It's over the head of Andre Brooks and out of play for a throw, which Callum Styles, the Hungary international, will take. Virtual ever present this season, Callum Styles for West Brom, and his versatility is always key. West Brom lose the ball from the throw, and now Andre Brooks looking to wriggle down the far side, the right, with possession, and he wins Sheffield United a throw, taken quickly to Bamford, and the referee saying that the throw isn't being taken from where it should be at the midway point of the West Brom half, and forward to take it comes Femi Sariki from right back. 0-0. And we're in the very early stages here. Sariki square to Soumare, and Soumare nudges the ball back to the experienced Jairo Riedewald, wearing number 44. Chilly night at the Hawthorns, but the pitch is in excellent condition. Harrison Burrows chips the ball high up the inside left channel, headed away by George Campbell from the right back position. And now here come West Brom on the counter with Carlin Grant. He scored his first goal of the season in midweek at the St Mary's Stadium. Defeat for West Brom at Southampton, and they just can't seem to put together a 90-minute performance at the moment, Mark.
No, they can't, and that's what's cost them. I say it's easy. It's a lot easier to score goals and to play well when you're 3-0 down. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, but I think even in Ryan Mason's programme notes today, he said he's not looking to take too many positives from that game, even though they were better in that second half, and I think he's absolutely right, because I think Southampton took their foot off the gas a little bit, and West Brom needed to show a reaction in that second half. It's games like this that you've got to win. If you're going to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season, you've got to win your home games, and certainly against teams that are also going to be up there.
A goalless in the Friday Night Football, live on TalkSport 2. Long from Cooper, the Sheffield United goalkeeper, header away by Campbell. Tall and slender, the right full-back, and now Christian Bielik touches it upfield towards Isaac Price. Neat little layoff square to Carlin Grant, wearing the gloves, out to Campbell in the right-back position, and he carries the ball over the halfway line, finds Grant again, drifted out towards the right. Grant's ball down the middle, aimed at Hegerberg, but he's shrugged aside by the big centre-half, Mark McGuinness, and now Sheffield United have it with the other centre-half, Tanganga, the captain, who's given it away. Grant is on the run, up the middle, and now looks for Hegerberg towards the edge of the penalty area, but he's beaten to it by Jairo Riedewald, who tidies up quite impressively, and Sheffield United can start an attack from the defensive third. Nice little nutmeg from Soumare on Price, and Soumare crosses halfway into opposition territory. Sheffield United from right to left in the first half. A lot of the Sheffield United fans have come in fancy dress. I can see some Santa outfits behind the goal to the right. Of course, it's that time of year. Early ball in by Harmer, high towards Bamford, and that's an easy take for Joe Wildsmith. What do you reckon, Mark? Yeah,
there's also a star next to the Santa, comes straight from a nativity play, I think. You're right. The looks of it. I don't mind that at this time of year. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they're enjoying themselves, the Sheffield United fans. Mark Albrighton, former West Brom winger, with us for commentary tonight, former Premier League winner with Leicester City. High ball forward by Cooper, it's headed away by Bielik from midway inside his own half of the field. Now the ball drops just forward of the centre circle into the feet of the nippy, fleet-footed Mikey Johnston. Gets the return ball from Grant. He's away down the right-hand side. Johnston gets to the dead ball line and drills in the cross. Well handled by Cooper. Both Price and Hegerberg actually went to the near post there, and maybe the cross was a little overhit. 0-0.
Yeah, really good opportunity there to get a good ball in the box. Once he gets down the side, it sort of drags Tanganga out a little bit from his central position, so it does leave a gap in the middle for a good cross to be put in for his striker. But on this occasion, he just floated it up into the goalkeeper's arms, and the quality weren't there. But good that he's getting in that position.
Well, the one boost for West Brom really so far this season is their home form. Unbeaten in 6 since losing here to Derby in September, and they've only lost 4 of their last 28 home league matches, going back into last season, of course. West Bromwich champion 0, Sheffield United 0 on TalkSport 2, with more live football to come tomorrow from the Championship. Norwich against Southampton at 12:30, and the leaders Coventry against Bristol City at 3 o'clock. So as I was saying, 3 live games from the second tier in less than 24 hours as Sheffield United shepherd the ball back to goalkeeper Cooper again, and once more he'll blast it high upfield into the dark evening sky, and a foul by Harmer backing into Campbell. Free kick to West Brom on the halfway line. And as Hugh Wozencroft was saying before the game, Mark, he's gone for an experienced looking team tonight, Chris Wilder.
Yeah, he has, yeah. Obviously, we speak a lot about West Brom and needing to see a bit of a reaction from them in terms of their defeat in midweek.
Oh, Sheffield United could be through here with Campbell. Little layoff to Harmer in the box, and a good save by Wildsmith. Well, suddenly they were on the counter-attack there. Sheffield United, after West Brom gave it away carelessly as they have done so often this season, and Harmer rifled a shot goalwards just inside the penalty area, and the stand-in goalkeeper Wildsmith sprung to his left to turn it behind for a corner.
Yeah, it's the first big opportunity, and it's a huge chance for someone of Gus Harmer's ability. West Brom losing the ball in a terrible position, and as the ball breaks, Campbell going through and it just drops to Harmer. He hits a great shot, but Wildsmith's equal to it.
And now Harmer takes the corner, right-footed and out, swinging into the penalty area, headed away at the near post. It'll come back out to Andre Brooks, who smuggles it back out wide to Harmer again. Level with the edge of the 18-yard box, 0-0 the score. Brooks with a good reverse ball. McGuinness with a header at the back post, and he didn't get any power behind it. And it's easy for Wildsmith, who has now started each of the last 3 league matches, if you include tonight, having replaced Josh Griffiths in goal. And that really was an outstanding save, because I don't think it even touched the ball in the first 8.5 minutes before that.
Yeah, it was a brilliant save. I think I look at Gus Harmer and I think, like I say, a player of his ability, that should be a goal for me in my opinion. Where he is on the pitch, nobody around him, he's got a free shot, but equally a very good save as well. But from a West Brom point of view, that's certainly not what they needed. I think you can hear the frustrations of the fans already, and they're still on level terms at the minute. But just with that one chance, you can feel the crowd shifting a little bit.
The grumbles have started, haven't they, a little bit here at the Hawthorns, and they've made the most errors leading to goals of any team in the Championship so far this season, West Brom. We saw it recently away at QPR, we saw it on Tuesday night away at Southampton, and playing out from the defensive third, there is something of a concern. Phillips doesn't look comfortable, and Campbell has slipped, somehow managed to keep it in play. I thought he did, but the assistant on the near side is flagging that is a Sheffield United throw.
Well, just as you were saying about mistakes, you see 2 in one attack there.
And here comes Sheffield United again. Bamford helps it into the area. Campbell with his back to goal, smuggled upfield by Diakite. Again, not convincing defensively from West Brom. Headed by Malumbi square, straight to Harmer in the left wing position. Harmer sets up Burrows on the underlap to cut it back across. Sliding in is Jason Malumbi, but West Brom all at sea, very nervy defensively. Sheffield United on top, 0-0.
Yeah, again, it's just they're causing their own problems. But once Harmer gets the ball, he drives into the box and just plays the ball down to Burrows at the perfect time, perfectly weighted pass, and they get another corner out of it.
They're shaking their heads, some of the West Brom fans. Plenty of red and white shirts forward for Sheffield United. Burrows with the high looping delivery to the back post. McGuinness was up there again, thundered upfield by Nat Phillips, the former Liverpool defender, over the halfway line. And back to Femi Sariki, who'll flight it forward downfield. McGuinness has stayed forward. Clever flick out to the left. Near side, Burrows with a high cross over the head of Bamford. And Sheffield United, while they are so far on top, have got to make the most of this in these early exchanges. They've got to throw down by the corner flag. And at the moment, this game is only going to go one way, Mark Albright.
Yeah, this will be doing nothing for West Brom's confidence. It's little things, either on the ball, giving the ball away sloppily, little slips, the 2 people going for the same ball and leaving players free over the far side. It's all the basics really that West Brom seem to be struggling with at the moment.
McGuinness is forward again, the centre half, and this time he's angled the ball out towards the right behind the on-rushing Sariki, who'd already made the overlapping run. And out of play it goes for a throw to West Bromwich Albion over on the far side in front of that single-tiered east stand. Well, West Brom get away with a couple of those early mistakes. 2 wins in their last 10 league matches for Ryan Mason's team, and one of those was a spectacular comeback here against Swansea from 2-0 down, when it looked as though the manager was under untenable pressure. And the ball is played back to goalkeeper Wildsmith, and his clearance is a really poor one. It's hit Harmer on the back of the head. It nearly trickled in. It'll be cleared away by Bielik. Well, they get so lucky, West Brom, and then Styles loses the ball. Boos from the home fans as Styles slides in to win it back off Brooks. That was nearly the strangest goal the Championship will see all season. Tanganga gets in front of Grant on the break, sends it back to Cooper. Cooper clears downfield, and somehow Joe Wildsmith and West Brom get away with that. It hit Harmer on the back of the head. Knew nothing about it, Mark. Nearly ended up trickling in.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, there's a sense of it being quite unfortunate in terms of it nearly going in, but then at the same time, Wildsmith's clearance, it has to beat Gus Harmer. It has to be. It's the smallest player on the pitch. It's just trying to go long, and he just miskicks it, and it hits Gus Harmer on the back of the head. He don't know too much about it, but there's far too many individual errors even in the early stages of this game, and it is easy to see why they've conceded so many goals from mistakes.
Well, they look a team racked with nerves defensively, don't they, West Bromwich Albion? They've led in 12 goals in their last 5 games. Only Charlton have conceded more in the Championship over that period of time. It was nearly a farcical opener. He knew 0% about that, Gus Harmer, but it, fortunately for a West Brom perspective, trickled away from the far post, not between the posts. Here is Hegerberg for West Bromwich Albion, holds it up 10 yards into opposition territory, 6 goals in his last 6. 0-0 on TalkSport 2. Less than a quarter of an hour gone. Mikey Johnston shuffles infield onto the right foot, blocked off by Burrows. Now it's out to the West Brom right again. Malumbi, the captain for the evening, looks towards Johnston, nudges it wide to Campbell with a high looping cross. Took a deflection, header away by Sumare inside his own penalty area. Then it's hooked over his shoulder by Styles and easy for Cooper to claim. And Cooper will thunder the ball forward from the edge of his own penalty area, looking for Tyrese Campbell. Phillips has a problem, couldn't deal with it initially, and I thought a rather soft free kick goes the way of the West Brom defender.
Yeah, I'm not too sure there was that much in that challenge there between Campbell and Nat Phillips. I think Campbell just sort of out-muscled him, but the referee deemed that there was too much contact and gave the free kick. I think looking at West Brom, when they get the ball in that sort of middle area to forward area, they do string some passes together, but it's in these areas where the centre halves have got the ball and trying to play out that they do look really uncomfortable. I think if I was Ryan Mason, I'd be saying just get the ball forward a little bit earlier and play in the areas where you are comfortable.
Campbell playing a square ball, Malumbi hooks it forward. There is a difficult dynamic at the moment going on because every West Brom, even half mistake, is picked upon by the crowd, and so you can feel that in a negative way they're feeding off each other. Players are afraid to make a mistake, then the crowd are vocal with their frustrations, which seems to lead to more and more mistakes. It's not a great dynamic here at the Hawthorns at the moment.
It's not, and I think one thing that's important is that these West Brom players don't shy away from what they need to do. If they're being asked to get on the ball, they need to just get on the ball. There's no hiding place on a football pitch. You can't not want the ball. You should want the ball in any situation that you're in, and be looking to get hold of that and try and do something with it. But I think at the minute they look totally uncomfortable in terms of having the ball and playing out from them positions.
They did say they lacked bravery and belief in the first half against Southampton, did Ryan Mason. 16 minutes gone, West Brom 0, Sheffield United 0. Here come West Brom in the familiar striped shirts with Diakite towards the corner of the penalty area. Nudges it wide to Johnston, who's always looking to take on his man beyond Harmer. High cross to the back post. Styles there to meet it with the downward header, and I think it was going wide anyway, gathered by Michael Cooper.
Yeah, I think Mikey Johnson seems to be the more positive of the wingers. I think Carlin Grant will come inside a little bit more and join up with Hegerberg. I think Mikey Johnson will like to stay wide and and get the ball and try and take on his man. He's got a trick to get by him, as we've seen on a couple of occasions already. So I think the aim would be to get the ball to him and try and make something happen.
And that's the voice of former Premier League title winner, Championship title winner as well in his career, Mark Albrighton. Ryan Mason paces up and down inside his technical area, only in his mid-30s of course, but already had a long coaching career. Carlin Grant shuffles away down the left-hand side. He's got Styles inside. Grant delivers high left-footed, and the effort at the back post by Johnston is turned away by Burrows. It hit Burrows on the back. Lovely ball in by Carlin Grant. Corner to West Bromwich Albion.
Yeah, scrap everything I just said. It's Carlin Grant out wide on the left-hand side, and Mikey Johnson coming in at that back post. But fantastic bit of play. Carlin Grant takes his man on, stands a lovely ball up to the back post, and it's well defended in the end. But an opportunity for West Brom from this corner.
Easily West Brom's brightest moment of the game so far. Corner taken by Styles, left-footed and in swinging, and the header is over the top by Diakite. Arriving late inside the penalty area, never scored in his West Bromwich Albion career. Edge of the 6-yard box. It was a very crowded 6-yard area. Cooper, the goalkeeper, couldn't get to it, and Diakite over the top.
Yeah, Styles floated a lovely ball in, and when you put it in that area and there is so many bodies in there, it's difficult for defenders to deal with and to get any purchase on a header away. But Diakite was the one that was attacking it, and just gets his header wrong in the end, and it goes away over the bar. But lovely ball in, and first real opportunity and bit of play for West Brom.
Yep, there's some promising signs for the home team. Sheffield United have had the best chance so far. Gus Harmer denied by Joe Wildsmith in the West Brom goal. High ball up the inside right for Sheffield United. Bamford felt he was being held by Bielik. Two experienced campaigners going head to head, and the officials not remotely interested. He started his Sheffield United career well, has Patrick Bamford. You wouldn't have thought that he and Chris Wilder would end up working together, but they have certainly settled all the previous differences now. Sariki's ball up towards the far side, the right for Sheffield United again. Styles does well in the one-on-one with Brooks, does very well, knocks it off his heels and wins West Brom a throw.
Yeah, I think just going back to the Bamford and Chris Wilder relationship, that's the one thing that I do love about football and the sport is how quickly differences can be put aside when it comes to teams and personnel. I think it's fantastic that they've come together. They both see the funny side of it, heat of the moment, celebrations, and it's fantastic. And now they're pulling in the same direction, both trying to achieve the same thing.
Everything has changed, hasn't it? And Sheffield United, plenty feel, can still make the playoffs this season. 8 points off the playoffs. West Brom starting the night 2 points ahead of Sheffield United, but it does feel as though they are going in different directions, these two teams. And 20 minutes gone, and it is 0-0 on your home of the EFL. Talk Sport 2. We've got live Premier League football for you tomorrow night on Talk Sport. Arsenal against Wolves, and on Monday night Manchester United play Bournemouth at Old Trafford. Header away by Burrows from the left-back position for Sheffield United on the near side. Burrows, the stocky number 14, is going to let the ball trickle out of play, and Sheffield United will have a throw on the near side. West Brom, they're starting to settle into the game a bit, Mark.
Yeah, it does look like it. Obviously very, very shaky in the opening sort of 10-15 minutes or so. But like I say, once they get the ball forward and get themselves in the middle and final third, they actually look like they can play a few passes and link up well. Then forward players link up well together. So I think it's important they just get the ball forward as soon as possible, rather than trying to play and overplay too much in that defensive third.
A ripple of applause from the fans down below us as the West Brom subs come out to warm up for the first time in the game. Diakite, centre circle, loses out to Harmer. He was too slow there, Diakite. Surely had a shout that Harmer was coming behind him, and Harmer just nicked it off his toes, and Sheffield United have been the better side. Have the ball back. Number 2, Tanganga, left-sided centre-half. Out to Burrows on the near side. The former Peter Roman hoists a high ball downfield up towards Tyrese Campbell, and Phillips does enough to shrug Campbell aside. West Brom have it back again. Malumbi over the halfway line, but at no great pace, no great dynamism in this West Brom attack at the moment. Campbell, though, picks out Grant, who somehow is offside 5 yards from the edge of the box. He can't believe it, and I don't think anyone can believe that Grant was offside in that situation, Mark.
No, it was a bit of a strange one. I think, obviously, I'll look at Carlin Grant's reaction. He's someone that's played with Carlin Grant. He will appeal for everything. He won't sell for any refereeing decision. So it's difficult to read anything into his reaction.
Well, it is a free kick to Sheffield United, unbeaten in the last 5 league meetings between these two clubs. Great time of year, isn't it, for football? Build up to Christmas, I always think.
Yeah, I think this time of year, I think for fans, obviously, getting to see a lot of football, whether it is at games, on TV, listening on the radio, there's just so much going on. And I think for teams and players, I think it is such an important part of the year, because I think once you come out of this Christmas and New Year period, you've probably got a bit of an idea of where your season's going to go, and if you're going to be up there challenging for playoffs or automatic, or whether we need to roll our sleeves up, we've got a relegation battle on our hands. And I think you start to see a little bit more sort of towards the middle to end of January.
Momentum is so key in football, isn't it? Midway through the first half here on TalkSport 2, West Brom 0, Sheffield United 0. The tempo has dropped a little bit in the last couple of minutes. On the halfway line is Harrison Burrows, and the ball has gone back to Tanganga. High diagonal pass out to the right, sliding in to try and keep it in play. Andre Brooks, he nearly ended up hitting the advertising hoarding there. It's a throw to West Brom, just shy of the halfway line, and some of the quality maybe has gone out of the game a little bit. Little scrap here now. Sumari on halfway concedes a free kick. Foul on Carlin Grant, and a free kick to West Brom, who, in fairness to them, as we were saying a few moments ago, have started to work themselves into the game a bit. And talking of all the live football that fans can go and see over the festive period, we've got 50 live games in the month of December here on the TalkSport network. The best way to keep across it all is to download our free app, and you can watch the darts from Ali Pali at the moment live on the TalkSport app, every single dart across the course of the tournament. Long go West Brom, header away by McGuinness on the edge of the Sheffield United penalty area. Now Johnston plays a ball up the inside right, and he's looked for the run of Phillips down the near side of the field. Phillips from the dead ball line tries to pull it back across, and he's done well there to win West Brom a corner out of almost nothing.
Yeah, he's done really well, because he looked ever so uncomfortable in that right wing position, did Nat Phillips, but he manages to slide in and manage to get a corner for his team, and another chance for Callum Stiles to put a ball into that busy 6-yard area.
As we welcome listeners from TalkSport, West Bromwich Albion 0, Sheffield United 0. We're in the 25th minute. Sheffield United the better side so far, but West Brom have a corner. Callum Stiles delivers, in swinging, punched away by the goalkeeper Cooper, headed further clear by Gus Harmer, who's had the best chance of the game so far. West Brom have it back now in the centre circle with Jason Malumbi. Sheffield United on a 6-game unbeaten run in the league. West Brom boss Ryan Mason under a bit of pressure. West Brom have it with Johnston midway inside his own half of the field. He's knocked it out towards the right, and Price clips the ball high down the middle, headed away by McGuinness for Sheffield United. We've got former Premier League title winner Mark Albrighton with us tonight for commentary on TalkSport 2. We'll get a word from Mark in just a moment. Grant with an in-swinging ball for West Brom, cleared away by McGuinness again for Sheffield United, but this is better from the Baggies, playing from left to right and starting to get a bit of momentum in the game, Mark.
They are. This is the first real spell where they've sustained it in that Sheffield United area, and in that half, Carlin Grant again coming down that left-hand side, and there's a couple of balls now that he's whipped in and caused a little bit of uncertainty.
Patrick Bamford is fouled. Sheffield United have a free kick. They've had the best chance. Gus Harmer denied by Joe Wildsmith. Fine save from the West Brom goalkeeper, though given his standards in front of goal, Harmer might have hoped to do better. Commentary of the whole 90 minutes on TalkSport 2. West Brom 0, Sheffield United 0. And Bamford has prodded the ball up the middle. It's intercepted by Campbell, and Campbell now can carry it up and over the halfway line for West Bromwich Albion. He's played it backwards to Malumbi on halfway. Malumbi to Bielik. Bielik, the left-sided centre-half tonight, former Derby man, looks for Grant, who is lively at the moment, tripped by a retreating Bamford. And it's a much more even game now as we head slowly but surely towards the half-hour mark.
Yeah, I think it is. I think the West Brom have done really well to come back into it, especially as we had mentioned. We felt the crowd sort of turning a little bit, so they've managed to sort of pull that back around and sustain a couple of attacks. Carl and Grant getting on the ball and trying to make things happen, trying to create things. Again, balls into the box have been quite dangerous. So these set pieces they just need to make a bit of now.
Floated forward on the diagonal by Price, header away by Tanganga for Sheffield United, then a poor clearance by Burrows, straight to Mikey Johnston, lots of time to deliver high, right-footed into the penalty area, not the best of crosses, actually chested down in the end by Sariki, who was caught as he looked to counter-attack by Styles, and that's a free kick to Sheffield United. 0-0 here, and I was mentioning the darts at Ali Pali earlier on, live on the TalkSport app or on the TalkSport Darts YouTube channel. We've had the first major upset of the World Championship. Ross Smith, the number 12 seed, has been knocked out by Swedish player Andreas Harrison. Number 12 in the world, Ross Smith, but he is out. And coverage continues on the app, or you can watch on our Darts YouTube channel. The ball is back with Sheffield United goalkeeper Cooper again. Cooper forward to Riedewald. He's kept 6 clean sheets this season. Michael Cooper been much more solid defensively of late, have Sheffield United. Brooks on the halfway line, rolls it back to Tanganga, whose first touch helps him carry the ball over into opposition territory. Burrows hugging the near side touchline. Good possession this for Sheffield United. We've nearly had half an hour of football, still 0-0, and only one real chance in the game up to this point. McGuinness forward to Soumare. Soumare has got Sariki on his outside, making the overlapping run. Sariki led with the edge of the penalty area now. West Brom have got plenty in dark blue and white. Back behind the ball. In fact, everybody's behind the ball at the moment for West Bromwich Albion. Harmer from the near side of the left. Thinks about that in-swinging right-footed cross. Instead goes back to Tanganga. Sheffield United patient here as they look to find that incisive ball and pick their way through the West Brom defence. They can't do it for now, but it's been won back on halfway by Soumare. Tucks it out wide to Burrows. Bamford calling for it early in the middle. Burrows delivers high. Header away by Bielik. It'll drop back towards Burrows, who lets it go over his shoulder and out of play for a throw. Yeah, good patient play from Sheffield United, but really organised defensively from West Brom. I think a team that are probably not playing for the manager, you don't see that, so I think that goes a long way in terms of what they're showing there, because they are working hard. Nearest player gets up to the ball, drops back in when it's played off, next man goes, and they all stay in position. You can see that 4-4-2 defensive shape and being hard to break down. So defensively, without the ball, West Brom do look very organised. Forward by McGuinness down the far side for Sheffield United right. Early ball for Bamford to chase. Holds it up well. 10 yards shy of the dead ball line. Nutmegs the defender. Finds Brooks, who was tripped by the lunge from Grant. Well, I thought he was tripped anyway. No free kick given by the referee. And in fairness, not a great deal in terms of appeals from Sheffield United players. But at first glance, that looked an obvious foul.
Yeah, I thought he did. I thought he tried to stay on his feet as well. Probably cost him in the end. In getting the free kick, but again, more patient play, and once West Brom clear the ball, it comes straight back, and Sheffield United have another spell.
The ball is cleared away on the volley by Bielik, and now Hegerber inside the centre circle for West Brom. The informed striker is about 35 yards from goal, lays it square to Johnston, running at the defenders towards the edge of the D. Back now to Malumbi. Malumbi nudges the ball wide out to the near side. George Campbell with loads of time to cross to the back post. It's over hit. Grant will keep it in play in front of the Sheffield United fans. Back to Styles. He delivers high left-footed, headed away by Burrows this time. It drops down to Diakite on his chest. They haven't had a serious effort at goal so far, West Brom. 0-0. Carlin Grant with her Ian swinging cross, and away on the volley by McGuinness, and no great quality with those deliveries. And now the Sheffield United counter is on. What a ball by Harmer down the middle to Campbell. Campbell running at Phillips into the area. Tyrese Campbell with the shot. Phillips does really well. Stands up, slides in, makes the block, and it's a corner.
Yeah, that's the best bit of play that we've seen in this game so far from all areas. The ball up to Bamford, the touch and layoff from Bamford first time to Harmer, the first time passed them through, waited perfectly to Campbell, who runs onto it, and once he cuts in, Nat Phillips was watching it all the way and slides and makes the block, and fantastic defending in the end, and now they get a corner from it. But lovely bit of play all round firstly from Sheffield United, and then the defensive play of Nat Phillips.
Such a good pass through the ball, Gus Harmer, and he will take the corner. Second of the night for Sheffield United. 0-0 in the 33rd minute. Floated high, right footed to the back post. It's over the head of Tanganga. Drops to Riedewald, who drills it in low from the near side of the field. It's come back to Tanganga. Left corner of the penalty area. Back to goal. Plays it back to Burrows. Deflection on the cross. Drops all the way to Bamford, but the referee spotted. Well, was that a high boot that he's thinking about there from Sumare? Either way, free kick to West Brom, 0-0.
Yeah, in the end, nothing comes from it, but I think it's a bit of a warning of, even though West Brom have got back into the game a little bit, it's a warning of the quality that Sheffield United do possess, and especially Gus Harmer. The pass through to Tyrese Campbell was absolutely fantastic. It was a little bit of a daisy cutter, perfectly weighted into his path, and like we said, in the end, it was fantastic defending from Nat Phillips.
Well, the Championship action continues at a pace tomorrow. Southampton under Tonda Eckert go to relegation-threatened Norwich, live on TalkSport 2, and then we back that up with the league leaders, Coventry, against a Bristol City team who, on their day, can be a match for anyone, but Coventry with this amazing home run. I think it's 6 straight league wins at the CBS Arena for Frank Lampard's team. Fascinating, though, to see how the likes of Southampton, Ipswich and Sheffield United are starting to gain on the playoff places. We haven't even yet had half the season. There's a long way to go and a lot of football still to be played. You wouldn't be surprised, would you, Mark, if Sheffield United were right up there?
Yeah, I think like we was just saying, I think sort of end of January time you start to see the league taking shape a little bit more, and we'll probably see the same old faces up towards the higher end of that league table. I think it's obviously took a while for certain clubs to get going. A lot of changes in the summer. Both those clubs that you spoke about in terms of Ipswich and Sheffield United, a lot of change in the summer, and probably took a while to adjust to it. But I think we'll start to see the old Ipswich and the old Sheffield United come to force in the new year.
Well, every kick of all the important action will be live with us across the TalkSport network. Here is Campbell in the right back position for West Brom. Rolls the ball back to Phillips, who's rolled his sleeves up now. He finds Diakite, who's under pressure here on the edge of his own box from Sumare, and now Campbell squares to Bamford with a looping effort straight at the goalkeeper. West Brom get away with it again.
Again, it's an individual error. Diakite on this occasion, he just delays his pass. There's a simple pass out to his right back. He refuses to play it, and then that time that he spent on the ball, he then gets caught. It's Bamford that's snatching at his heels and ends up getting the ball, and in the end probably Sheffield United don't make the most of winning the ball back in that area.
I've seen it so many times from West Brom so far this season as Harmer fouls Campbell. Diakite at one point totally alone on the edge of his own box, and well, they really should have made more of that, Sheffield United.
Yeah, I think once the ball breaks to Tyrese Campbell, the quality of the pass that he plays into Bamford, just a bit bobbly, a bit in the air when it doesn't need to be. He can just pass. It's a 5-yard pass just along the floor, and then Bamford puts it away. But Bamford's difficult effort just on the uprise, and difficult to get any purchase on it.
Still 0-0, but Sheffield United will probably feel they should be ahead here at the Hawthorns on what has become a bit more of a chilly night now under the floodlights, and we've got 9 minutes of the first half remaining plus any added time. One of the great traditional venues of football. The Hawthorns here, just off the Birmingham Road in West Bromwich. Now the ball is at the feet of Riedewald, shy of the centre circle, square ball to McGuinness. McGuinness looks long, high up the middle. Campbell wins the header, flicks the ball out to the left-hand side, and now here comes Burrows on the overlap. Burrows loves to get forward, back to Harmer to deliver right-footed. Header away by Malumbi, back in by McGuinness, headed away by Diakite this time. In goes Riedewald, beating Price in the air, but the ball is cleared away by Johnston. Nobody can quite get control of it in the middle of midfield. Eventually West Brom do through Diakite and Malumbi, and it's thumped upfield by Campbell down the right-hand side. It'll run for Cooper, who slips the Sheffield United goalkeeper on the edge of his own box and managed to recover to kick it out for a throw.
Yeah, it looked very comfortable for Cooper, and that slip just set him back, and he's just gone for safety in the end and just passed it out of play for a throw in. But it's an opportunity now for West Brom to put a throw in into the box.
George Campbell is going to come forward, the American who joined the club in the summer. Long-sleeved, dark blue and white striped shirt on, and plenty forward for West Bromwich Albion. Long throw towards the near post, just over the head of Bielik, and the final touch adjudged to have come off Hegerberg, and that's a goal kick to Sheffield United in front of the travelling fans. The one thing that Ryan Mason, I guess, will be frustrated about, Mark, is that his team haven't carved out that real opportunity yet.
Yeah, they haven't yet. I think with the way that they started, I think he'll be pleased of how they've come back into it. I think he'll be pleased with the character that they've shown to get on the ball and try and make things happen. As we just watch this break down the right-hand side.
It's Brooks for Sheffield United, far side of the field, down by the corner of the penalty area, now reaches the dead ball line. He's trying to weave and twist his way beyond the three West Brom players surrounding him, and he's done that. Managed to nudge it back to Soumare, who can't chip the ball into the penalty area. Soumare with a good recovery tackle, the man on loan from Braga, and Sheffield United have it on the halfway line again with McGuinness. McGuinness to Sariki, Riedewald rather, and they have slowed it down here. Have Sheffield United as Cooper finds Soumare. As Soumare now will play the ball to Riedewald, and Riedewald has got possession for Sheffield United inside the centre circle. Here is Tanganga, angled ball to Harmer, lovely chip over the top for Burrows on the underlapping run, half-volleyed cross into the penalty area, hit Phillips and smuggled out of play by Campbell. Lovely touch from Gus Harmer.
Yeah, it was, and I'm looking at, we've seen it quite a lot, the switch of play from that right-hand side over to this left-hand side. Burrows has got in quite a bit. George Campbell plays quite narrow in that right-back position, and he gets sucked into inside, and that leaves a lot of space for Burrows down this left-hand side. 0-0.
5 minutes plus added time to go in the first half. West Brom throw, very close to the Sheffield United dugout and the technical area where Chris Wilder is standing, right on the edge of it. Halford's Lane side of the ground, the smallest stand in the stadium. Now the ball is with Bielik on halfway, angled ball to the far side, the left, and it's taken up by Grant, infield pass, and now Styles from the left edge of the penalty area sees that first time cross turned away by Brooks at the near post. But it's a tight game at the moment, a lot of jeopardy in it. Only a place and 2 points in the table separating the two teams. Ball is down near the corner flag as West Brom go back to Diakite to the halfway line, and Bielik has to actually turn away from Bamford and roll it all the way back to his goalkeeper. Do they look a better side, Mark Albrighton, West Brom, when they get the ball forward with a little more urgency?
Yeah, I think they do. I think that in the first 15 minutes they were trying to make too many passes into midfield that were putting the ball at risk. Whereas now I do feel like they're making less passes and being slightly more direct.
Styles about 25 yards out, chips in the cross, brought down by Price, edge of the penalty area, lay off to Johnston. The angle is very tight, goes for the dead ball line, whips in the cross to the near post, and that's fizzed into the chest of goalkeeper Cooper. And a quick throw out by Cooper out to Harmer on the near side, the left. Early ball threaded up the near side touchline. Campbell's got it. Level with the edge of the West Brom penalty area. Gets beyond Phillips into the penalty area. Pull back for Bamford. Well blocked. It'll drop here to Soumare on the left foot. Force wide. Still Soumare, and he shoots. And it whistles over the top.
Yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity there. Firstly, when the ball comes through to Campbell and he takes on Nat Phillips, old-fashioned, just knocks it round one side of him, goes round the other side, gets the ball, cuts it back, ball breaks for Soumare in the end, and there's an opportunity for him to hit it first time on the edge of the box. The more touches he takes, he just closes off that angle, and he's just on that left-hand side of the 6-yard box. Then the angle was probably slightly too tight, and just slices across the ball, and it goes high up into the stand behind the goal.
Well, they feel they've created enough, Sheffield United, to have scored 1 or 2 tonight so far at the Hawthorns. But still, it is goalless on TalkSport 2. The ball is back with Phillips. He doesn't look comfortable in possession. Phillips goes long down the middle for West Brom. Little flick on it by Price, only a glancing touch. And Hegerberg couldn't reach the second ball. They've both been quiet tonight for West Brom. Riedewald sliding in for Sheffield United, poking the ball up to halfway, and Brooks looks to turn, but he's robbed by Styles. Styles charging forward on the counter. Grant is to his left, angle is tight. Grant pulls it back across, and it hits Soumare, and it's a West Brom corner this time.
Yeah, good breakaway from West Brom there. Styles running through with the ball, and he times it. The timing and the weight of the pass to Karlan Grant is perfect. Karlan Grant tries to just cut it back, but Soumare gets himself in a great position to block that cross across the edge of the 6-yard box towards the penalty spot, and he goes out for a corner.
There's a group of West Brom fans in the corner of the East Stand who are really getting behind Mikey Johnston, probably their brightest spark in the game so far, as he goes to cross to take the corner, in swinging right-footed and poor, headed away by his opposite number, Brooks, the number 11 for Sheffield United. West Brom recycle possession. It's with Malumbi, midway inside opposition territory. High ball on the diagonal, well controlled by Johnston. Left edge of the penalty area. Can he dart beyond Soumare here? He takes a looping cross, takes a deflection, and it's another West Brom corner late in the first half.
Yeah, lovely switch of play from Jason Malumbi there to find Mikey Johnson. Brings it down really well, and again, really good defending from Soumare. Just stands his ground, stands up, blocks that line of cross, and gets his foot in the way and puts it out for a corner.
Now, can they beat the first man with the delivery? Johnston with the yellow boots on, high in towards the 6-yard box, and cleared away impressively by McGuinness, further away by Harmer, up over the halfway line. We've only got 40 seconds of normal time left in the first half. West Brom 0, Sheffield United 0. West Brom trying to get on the attack again. It's hooked away by Riedewald over halfway, and Andre Brooks is offside on the near side, the Sheffield United left, and the whistle is long gone, and it's a West Brom free kick. Who will be ultimately the happier of the two managers, do you think, Mark Albright?
Oh, it's difficult to say. I think both managers will be going in saying, I need a little bit more. I think West Brom have done well to come back into the game. But I still feel there's another gear in them, especially in that final third. They've worked the ball well, but there's still another gear in them to try and find that cutting edge and create that clear-cut chance. I think Sheffield United have created the chances, and they need to be a bit more clinical in that final third.
Hegerberg over the top for West Brom. Good flick by Diakite. Hegerberg onto it, over the bar, and that is the end of the first half. No added time at the end of the first 45. And with the last kick, brought easily West Brom's best chance of the game up to this point. Auna Hegerberg smashing it over the top after the knockdown by Diakite. At the other end, Sheffield United will feel they could have scored at least one tonight. Gus Harmer denied by an excellent save from Joe Wildsmith. Nat Phillips with a good block to turn away Tyrese Campbell's effort, and Jibril Soumare with an effort that whistled over the top of the bar from the angle. It's been quite lively at times and quite entertaining at times too, but at the break on TalkSport 2, it is West Brom 0, Sheffield United 0. Thank you, Hugh. And looking down towards the mouth of the tunnel on this near side, no changes at half-time for either team. So both managers resisting the temptation in a first half where both sides will feel they could have had goals. That late chance for Hegerberg at the end of the first period for West Brom, and before that for Sheffield United, Harmer, Campbell and Soumare all going close. It is 0-0 on TalkSport 2. Cold at the Hawthorns as the game resumes. West Brom playing from right to left in the second half towards the Birmingham Road end, as is traditional, in the blue and white striped shirts, white shorts and blue socks, and for Sheffield United, red and white striped shirts, black shorts and white socks, playing from left to right. Both teams unchanged. West Brom have a throw on the far side. Lots of West Brom fans are still to return to their seats for the second half. Wildsmith is the West Brom goalkeeper. Campbell, Bielik, Phillips and Styles at the back as West Brom go long to the centre forward Hegerberg, but it's cleared away. Diakite and Malumbi are the West Brom midfield two, with Johnston, Price and Grant in support of Hegerberg. And now here goes Grant down the near side of the field, looking to poke it towards the centre forward, the Norwegian. West Brom have it again with Malumbi, forward of the centre circle, on to Johnston. Good intensive start to the second half from West Brom. 0-0. Out on the right-hand side, Campbell with a deflected cross, and then it's headed away by Gus Harmer. A bit of early intent here from West Bromwich Albion. They've got it again on the far side. Mikey Johnston shuffles forward. Campbell plays it back. Malumbi, the captain, has got acres of time and space to deliver the cross. Hegerberg with the header. Grant to the back post to feed it across and steered away by McGuinness. The offside flag was up anyway. Much better from West Brom. Here's Mark Albrighton.
Yeah, a great start from West Brom. Just what they needed. I think once they sustain that attack and then the ball comes back to Malumbi, Sheffield United have got to get up to block that cross better. He had so much time to pick where he was going to put the cross. He puts in a lovely ball, flicked off. Carlin Grant at the back post, just offside, but it's a great start, and that will give him a bit of confidence going into the rest of this second half.
Well, let's give you the Sheffield United team again. Cooper in goal, Sariki, McGuinness, Tanganga and Burrows, Riedewald and Soumare, Harmer and Brooks, Bamford and Campbell up front. I'll give you both sets of subs when I get the chance, as Harrison Burrows in the left back position, far side for Sheffield United, rolls it all the way back to Cooper, who plays the return pass. Cooper all in bright yellow, the Sheffield United goalkeeper, and Soumare has tucked the ball straight out of play, and Chris Wilder turns back towards the dugout in frustration down below us. It's been a rather sloppy start to the second half from Sheffield United. It almost feels like they haven't turned up, they haven't left the dressing room yet, Mark.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Even when they have got the ball back off West Brom, who have had a lot of the possession so far in this second half, they've just give it away cheaply, sloppy passes. So that's something that they'll need to improve. And like I said at half time, I think that they'll grow in confidence as this game goes on, as long as they can see out this spell.
Grant's delivery into the area, cleared away by Tanganga, drops towards Malumbi on the edge of the penalty area, half beaten to it by Soumare. West Brom scoop the ball into the box through Styles, and a back header by Burrows into the gloves of Cooper. It does feel like a slightly more direct approach for West Bromwich Albion 3 minutes into the second half. On their bench they have Griffiths, Wallace, Mepham, Madger, DK, Gilchrist, Illing Jr., Taylor and Bostock. Sheffield United on the halfway line, with Bamford trying to win it back off Grant, and the ball hammered out of play by Christian Bielik. Sheffield United with Davis, McCallum, Arblaster, Bindon, Cannon, Ings, O'Hare, Chong and Matos among the subs. Both teams have got injury concerns, injury worries to think about at the moment. Sariki's throw up the near side, the right-hand channel. It's dropped to Bamford about 35 yards out. Heavy touch. Malumbi seizes upon it. Good work by Malumbi to smuggle the ball up towards halfway. Hegerberg trying to burst up the middle, and he's nudged it to the right-hand side to Campbell. Campbell surging forward on the far side of the field. Low ball in. Hegerberg! 1-0 to West Brom! What a brilliant goal! And it's the main man who's got it. 7 in 7 for Alder Hegerberg. Beautiful Beautifully worked. West Bromwich Albion 1, Sheffield United 0, and they deserve it.
Yeah, they do. They've started this half much the better side. They've had a couple of chances already. This time, it's all Hegerbert's own work. The way that he wins the ball, knocks the ball wide in the middle of the park. He knocks it wide to Campbell, and then he makes his run, and he busts a gut to get into that penalty box. And then he just waits on the quality of the delivery from George Campbell, and he goes low, he goes in behind the Sheffield United defence, and Hegerbert's there just to tap home with his left foot. It's not an easy finish, mind, but he gets it right, and past Cooper and into the back of the net. 1-0 West Brom.
Well, they were working on that sort of thing in the warm-up. I saw Hegerbert stick one away a little bit like that. Not an easy finish, as you say, Mark, but this goal, even 5 minutes into the second half, has been coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, and I look at Hegerbert, and he's not blessed with a great deal of pace. He's not one that's going to run channels and get on the end of things down in them channels down the side, but what he will do, his movement's fantastic, and once he plays that ball off out wide, he busts a gut to get in the box. He wants goals. He's got a drive to get there, and on this occasion he does, and once he does get there, he had a little sighting in the first half at the end, just in that added on time, but in this second time round he makes no mistake at all, and it's a finish of a man in form.
Absolutely. 7 goals in 7 appearances for Auna Hegerbert. Great noise from the West Brom fans as the ball hit the back of the net. West Brom 1, Sheffield United 0. Live and exclusive here on Talk Sport 2. We've got Norwich against Southampton, Coventry and Bristol City, and Arsenal against Wolves tomorrow, live across the network. Man United against Bournemouth on the Monday Night Football. Long go West Brom, clearance away by Burrows. It'll drop down for Riedewald, and Harmer square back to Riedewald, whose pass forward is a poor one. Can't remember Campbell having a touch in the second half so far. We're in the 52nd minute, and West Brom have taken the lead, and Sheffield United are full of misplaced passes, errors, and look vulnerable defensively. Quite a contrast to the first half, Mark.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Every time Sheffield United get the ball, they seem to give it back to West Brom. On this occasion, it's Burrows that tries a ball over the top and massively overhits it in the wrong direction and goes out for a goal kick, but just silly little passes, 10-15 yard passes that they're getting wrong at the minute, and they're going to need to keep their heads and to settle things down and try and get a rhythm of play if they're going to get back into this game.
Some West Brom fans still retaking their seats. 7 minutes into the second half, they missed that Auna Hegerberg goal. Beautifully worked, crafted and finished, and it started with the front man, who was on the end of Campbell's excellent cross. Long goes Sheffield United, header away by Nat Phillips for West Brom, midway inside his own half of the field. And now it's smuggled out to the left back position. Callum Stiles slices the ball high up into the air, headed away by Mark McGuinness, and West Brom a first to every second ball. It's a transformation in terms of the performance and certainly the atmosphere here at the Hawthorns. What do you think Ryan Mason has said at half-time, Mark? Has he told them to go just that little bit more direct?
Yeah, I think he'll say, obviously, go direct, but I think he'll also say, have a bit more belief in yourself, because they were well in this game. Don't get me wrong, the errors that they showed in the first 15 minutes could have cost them, but after that, they were well in this game. They just lacked a little bit of belief in that final third, I thought. Whereas they've come out in the second half, and straight away they've got their goal, and now it's a test of can they build on that, or is it going to be a case of right, they'll have another spell in a game and come away with nothing, or can they take confidence from their first bit of good play that they got the goal from and build on that and probably go and score 1 or 2 more.
Good home record, remember, West Brom, not lost here since September. Here comes Campbell again over the halfway line. Ball out to the far side, the right, and Johnston raiding towards the corner of the penalty area. Another good low ball in, cleared away by Tanganga. Drops to Malumbi, urged to shoot from 30 yards. Angles it wide to Johnston again instead. Campbell's reverse ball, Price onto it, and he drives it goalwards, takes a deflection. West Bromwich Albion corner. They're going for the killer second goal.
They are, yeah, and they are a different team in this opening part of the second half. They've got runners, Price, who we never even mentioned in the first half. Even he's making runs down the sides of the defence, trying to get the ball in good areas. Campbell providing the width on the right, putting a good ball in. Johnson getting a bit more, getting on the ball a little bit more, putting crosses in, and then they're getting numbers in the box, which is important as well.
Plenty in the 6-yard area, everybody crowding the Sheffield United goalkeeper Cooper. Corner delivered in by Styles, and it dropped over the top of Cooper and bounced behind at the Birmingham Road end for a goal kick to Sheffield United. There's a great swerve and whip on that delivery from Styles in particular, and it's causing Cooper some problems, isn't it, Mark Albrighton?
It is, yeah, and if West Brom had a player going around the back post there, it could quite easily have been 2-0. The ball that he puts in, it's not one whipped with loads of pace, but it's just in a good area. We've seen it in the first half a couple of times, even from the other side with Mikey Johnson as well. Just put on top of that crowded area, and like I said in the first half, it's so hard, first of all, for the goalkeeper to come and deal with, and second of all for the defence to get any purchase on a header away.
Well, there'll be 3 points off the playoffs as it stands. West Bromwich Albion in the ever-changing championship. As I say, Norwich against Southampton, and Ipswich, Bristol City rather, travelling to the leaders Coventry at 3 o'clock on TalkSport 2. Back-to-back live commentaries from the championship. Remember, you can follow the PDC World Darts at Ali Pali tonight and across the course of the festive period on our TalkSport app, free to download, or the TalkSport Darts YouTube channel. Burrows on the retreat for Sheffield United. Bobbling ball back to Cooper, who does well. Clears away, drops down to Diakite. Almost feels like they're just running more in this game at the moment, West Bromwich Albion. They're everywhere, all over Sheffield United. Johnston is away, down the right-hand side, tries a cross, hits Burrows. It's going to fly out of play, I think, for a throw rather than a corner. But there just seems to be a greater energy about West Bromwich Albion leading by 1-0.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the main one that I've noticed so far in his second half, just mentioned him a couple of minutes ago, is Isaac Price. I think he was not in the game at all in that first half. He's been a big player for West Brom this season so far, but weren't in the game at all. Even in the second half now, he's even running onto his own passes. So
a long throw into the penalty area by Campbell and cleared away by Brooks from the centre of the 18-yard box for Sheffield United, who are going to make a double change, it looks like, shortly. I can see Tahit Chong and Ollie Arblaster getting ready to come on in the red and white. They're on the back foot, Sheffield United. They're 1-0 down. And 12 minutes into the second half, it's all West Brom. Price, angled ball to the left-hand side. Carlin Grant right down below us here in the commentary position. Right-footed in, swinging cross. Away by Burrows, only as far as Malumbi, edge of the D with a shot. Blocked by McGuinness, back in by Malumbi. Price away on the left-hand side. West Brom can potentially kill the game off here in the first 15 minutes of the second half if they get another. Crucial that they keep up the momentum. Malumbi's knocked it out of play right on cue. Well, there you go, Mark Albrighton.
Yeah, it's just moments like that West Brom just need to be a little bit better, because they've got the onus of the game, they've got the momentum of the game, and just something as simple as a misplaced pass kicked out of play, 5-10 yard pass, can give something for Sheffield United just to cling on to and just get back into the game. So it's important that West Brom cut them mistakes out of their game.
They showed nothing in the second half, Sheffield United, at all. They're very much on the back foot. Campbell surging forward again, and the American wins West Brom another corner. Gets some applause from his teammates. Pat on the back from Hegerberg. He enjoys getting forward. He can play at centre-half too, can George Campbell, but that was a cracking run and assist for the goal.
Yeah, you can tell when he's going forward down the line, he's not a player that's going to jink in and out, but he's really positive. He tries to knock the ball forward, backs his pace to get on the end of it, and then, like we've seen for the goal, the quality of his cross, low, whipped in a fantastic area, just asking Hegerberg to put it home.
Well, Styles is going to take another corner at the Birmingham Road end. Two arms up into the air. Here it comes, left-footed in, swinging right over the top of Cooper, who couldn't get there, and it's headed wide by Diakite. Well, that's a big chance for Ousmane Diakite. West Brom could and maybe should be 2-0 up
Yeah, again, it's that delivery. It's just floated in, no pace at all. Just floated in. It's so difficult for any keeper to be able to come and punch or claim. And there's just so many bodies around him, and obviously Diakite is the one that's highest for West Brom, and just again, like in the first half, just gets his header wrong, and it just goes wide of the goal.
Here are the changes for Sheffield United. Ollie Arblaster back from injury, the boyhood Sheffield United fan. He replaces Sumare, and it's Chong with the orange boots and the curly hair on in place of Andre Brooks. So the two changes in the midfield areas for Sheffield United as they try to react to being a goal down away at West Bromwich Albion. The Hawthorns is alive with noise. West Brom in front, and deservedly so, on Talk Sport 2. Your home of the EFL. Hegerberg down the middle for West Bromwich Albion. Grant is a winning runner ahead of him. It's through towards Carlin Grant. He's got there and he shoots. Oh yes! What a strike! In off the bar. 2-0 to West Bromwich Albion. That's another wonder goal. Carlin Grant just took it superbly, and when McGuinness slipped and stumbled, Grant more than kept his head. He nearly broke the net. 2-0 to West Brom.
Yeah, well, the finish is outstanding, but the bit of play, and it's the second bit of play of quality that we've seen from West Brom. The first led to the goal, second's led to another goal, and on this occasion it's Carlin Grant with the finish, but again it's Hegerberg who drives with the ball, and he's got the footballing brain. When he plays it through to Carlin Grant, he don't play it in his path, he plays it the other side of the defender. That means the defender's got to turn his body, try and look where the ball is, try and look where his man is. There's a shout maybe for a foul from Carlin Grant. Did he clip his heels? But nothing's given. Grant gets onto the ball, strikes through it off the crossbar and in. Fantastic bit of play.
Well, you're right, it's all about Hegerberg in the build-up. Grant, I mean, there's a tangle with McGuinness, isn't there? But I think it's the sort of goal where you've got to give the benefit of the doubt, haven't you, Mark?
Yeah, I agree, and there might be a tangle of legs, it might be a foul, but that's caused by Hegerberg's pass, and where he plays that pass, it's so important. If he plays that into Carlin Grant's feet there, the covering defender comes round and nullifies that attack, whereas he plays it the complete opposite side, and McGuinness it is that has to turn his whole body, so he has to take his eye off the ball, his eye off the man, and he don't know where he is, and Grant gets there first in the end, and then from then on it's just Carlin Grant's quality with one strike of his right foot, and it's a fantastic finish.
Former West Brom winger Mark Albrighton is with us on Talk Sport 2. Where has this version of West Brom come from? I mean, in fairness, they have been good at home of late, but if they keep playing like this, they could score 5 or 6 tonight.
Yeah, they could, yeah, and like you said a few minutes ago, they could see this game off as early as in the next 10-15 minutes, and 2-0 is the way that Sheffield United are playing. It's not looking good for them at all. I don't think you can ever write this Sheffield United team off, because they have got so much character, they are well drilled, but at the minute they're nowhere near matching the quality and the effort that West Brom have shown in this opening 15 minutes or so of the second half.
And it was such a rasping effort, took it early as well, Carlin Grant, right on the 18-yard line, and hammered it in off the underside of the bar. West Bromwich Albion 2, Sheffield United 0, over an hour played on Talk Sport. So we've seen 2 excellent goals, 2 quality finishes. Going to be a header away here by Bielik for West Brom, backtracking, and now Malumbi flicks the ball over the head of Chong cleverly. It's forward by Price over the halfway line. Hegerberg working the channels again, and he's onside, and he's chipped it through the middle. Too much on that for Grant this time. Burrows collects it in front of his goalkeeper and hoists it high downfield. No response from Sheffield United as yet. It continues to be a dominant second half from West Bromwich Albion, playing from right to left.
Yeah, it does, and it's Hegerberg at the heart of everything that West Brom are doing at the minute. Obviously, he's got his goal himself, which he made himself as well in many ways, and then it's his quality that's made Carlin Grant's goal. On this occasion, just a few seconds ago, he's tried to put Carlin Grant in again. He's such an unselfish player, such a team player. He's always got his head up, like I said, he's not blessed with huge amount of pace, but his movement and his touch and quality on the ball is fantastic.
Hegerberg dominating the game inside the centre circle, has flicked it through to Johnston. He's been caught by the lunge of Tanganga. There was a foul on Hegerberg as well before that. Sums up the second half. West Brom first to every loose ball, Sheffield United late to it. Not sure what went on at half-time in the Sheffield United dressing room, but this game has completely changed. West Brom 2-0 up, and is there going to be a booking for Tanganga here? I think there is.
Yeah, I think he was very late with that one. I think the first foul on Hegerberg was the one that the ref blew up for, but as the ball just drifts off, it's there's another tackle there from Tanganga. That's not a nice tackle at all, and rightly goes into the book.
Well, there's delight for the vast majority here at the Hawthorns, including one of our TalkSport colleagues who is off duty tonight, watching on in the stands and no doubt enjoying what he's seeing in this second half. 20 minutes into the second half it is. Free kick to West Brom, almost on the centre spot. Malumbi is standing over it. He's just going to roll it out to the far side, the right. Isaac Price with an early ball in. A great cross, Diakite! Over the top on the volley. What a tremendous cross from Isaac Price. Diakite running onto it, seemed perfectly placed 8 yards out. And he's steered that miles high over the top and into the Birmingham road end.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, he has to score that. The cross from Isaac Price is pinpoint, a deeper cross that's put on a plate for Diakite there, and he just gets it horribly wrong. He's had a couple of chances with his head, he's now had one with his foot, and I think if that goes in, it's game, set, match, West Brom.
Miscue by Tanganga. Hegerberg with a looping ball over the top, and Price is clear. Isaac Price into the penalty area to make it 3. Good save by Cooper at his feet. Cooper diving at his feet, and in the end, goal kick is given. Rather surprisingly. Well, Cooper has certainly bundled that behind. It's a good save, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it comes off Isaac Price's heels and then rolls out, but once the ball goes through to Isaac Price and he gets the wrong side of Tanganga, and he's going clear through, he does get a nudge on his back, but he's honest enough to stand his feet. He wants to put the ball, but he's just too off balance. I think if he goes to ground there, I think there's maybe a shout of a penalty, but on this occasion he's tried to stand his feet, he's tried to do the honest thing and put the ball away himself, but it's just cost him a chance.
They're just beaming with quality and athleticism in this second half, West Brom.
And again, it's Hegerberg with the ball over to Isaac Price to create that chance. Like I said, he's at the heart of everything good that West Brom are doing.
Yes, he looks unplayable at the moment, does Auna Hegerberg, and we've raced through to the midway point of the second half. Only a quarter of this game to go. Mark Albrighton with us on TalkSport 2, and his old club West Brom leads Sheffield United 2-0. More live football tomorrow. Forward by Harmer down the middle for Sheffield United. That's a lovely pass, but Tyrese Campbell can't get there. Phillips is onto it. Back to Wildsmith. That's the first real touch I can remember Wildsmith having in the second half, and then they get a bit lucky, West Brom. Campbell's clearance, cannons off Harmer, and out of play for a goal kick. Callum O'Hare and Tom Cannon getting some instructions from Chris Wilder down below us.
Yeah, two players that can come on and make a difference. Tom Cannon will bring energy, he'll bring a little bit of pace down the side of the centre halves, and he's got an eye for goal. Callum O'Hare he'll bring more guile, he'll probably bring a steadier head into that number 10 position, and probably create something for Sheffield United, because they have lacked that, especially in this second half. There's been no creativity from them at all.
Sheffield United, after Hegerberg was flagged offside, they can't deal with him at the moment, and Sariki has inadvertently knocked the ball straight out of play. Chris Wilder watching on, stern-faced, arms folded. And Sheffield United are going to make these two changes very shortly. Here come O'Hare and Cannon. Steep drop from where we're watching to the touchline below. Hegerberg holds it up again for West Brom and gets the free kick in between two in Sheffield United, red and white. Arblaster and Sariki. Is he just about the best front man in the Championship at the moment?
he's certainly up in that conversation. Absolutely, the way that he's so selfless, he brings his teammates into play. Even in that situation, he's got a couple of Sheffield United defenders around him, manages to put his body between the defender and the ball, and buy a free kick, and gets another opportunity for his team to put a ball into the box. And it's been fantastic, especially this second half. He's been absolutely fantastic. His movement's been great, his hold-up play's been great. He's got a goal to show for it. You can't ask for much more from your centre-forward.
Off go Riedewald and Campbell. Here come Tom Cannon and Callum O'Hare. Always a live wire and a threat in the Championship, Callum O'Hare. Another double change for Chris Wilder with just over 20 minutes to go. 2-0 West Bromwich Albion lead. Free kick near side the left for them. Callum Stiles to deliver, high left-footed up to the edge of the penalty area, and the header by Bielik from a long way out is easily gathered by Cooper. Not seen a serious effort on goal for Sheffield United in the second half as yet, as West Brom go back to Wildsmith, all in blue. He's not been tested at all. At Carrow Road tomorrow lunchtime on Talk Sport 2, and then the CBS Arena from 3 for more live Championship football. Here is Johnston smuggling it wide out to the left, and Grant has got Stiles herring forward. He pulls it back instead, came off our blaster and cleared away by McGuinness for Sheffield United. There is no real change to the momentum in the game, really. Sheffield United can't get a foothold. West Brom are playing some lovely stuff. It's with Malumbi forward of the centre circle, rolls it out wide. Grant can't keep it in play.
Yeah, that's a couple from Malumbi now. Just careless passes. Just when his team are just beginning to mount a little bit of onus on the game, just sustain that attack, sustain that position in Sheffield United's defensive third. And it's just another pass out of play, and it just breaks down the attack and momentum.
The ball is out of play for a throw to Sheffield United. Sariki, the fullback on the near side, will take it. As we welcome listeners from Talk Sport. West Bromwich Albion 2, Sheffield United 0. West Brom have been outstanding in the second half, and they've scored 2 beautifully crafted goals. Alna Hegerber scored the first, set up the second for a blockbuster of a finish from Carlin Grant. And Sheffield United, unbeaten in 6 at the start of the night, have offered very little in response, Mark Albrighton.
Yeah, I've been really disappointed with them, I'll be honest with you, especially in the second half. I think first half they showed glimpses of what they can do, but just didn't have that clinical edge. But second half, it's been all West Brom, and Sheffield United haven't been able to get close to them, let alone create any kind of opportunity to score a goal.
18 minutes to go here, and the best way to be across all of the action, all of the live football on the network, 50 live games in the month of December, is to download our app. West Brom go long down the inside left, out comes goalkeeper Cooper, slices the clearance out of play. I thought for a second that was going to drop into the commentary box, not quite. It's a West Brom throw near side the left. They lead Sheffield United by 2-0. And on the halfway line for West Brom, goes square from Bielik all the way along the halfway line to Campbell. It's amazing the change in West Brom, Mark, from one half to another. I can't quite believe it.
Yeah, and they seem to be knocking the ball around with confidence now, and even the mixing the game up a little bit. Some opportunities there. They're playing intricate football in the middle of the park, knocking it around, playing off Hegerbert. And other times, like we've just seen there, Callum Stiles just curls one into the channel and lets Hegerbert run onto it and turn the Sheffield United defence around. So they've got that variety in their play, and this is the West Brom that Ryan Mason will want to see week in, week out, and he's probably not seen it enough so far this season, but he'll be hoping this is a big catalyst to build from.
Much closer to a 90-minute performance tonight, and sort of picking up where they left off in the second half against Southampton to some degree. Cleared by Diakite, clever flick by Hegerbert to Price, just shy of halfway, bundled over by Sariki, a very clumsy challenge from behind. Nothing intricate or elegant about that. And West Brom have a free kick, and they're going to sensibly just slow the game down here now with 16 minutes plus added time to go, and game management comes into it, of course. West Brom away at Hull next Saturday, then at home to Bristol City on Boxing Day. We'll be with Sheffield United on Boxing Day when they go to Wrexham live on TalkSport 2 at 5:30. Here is Harmer in the centre circle, rolling it wide towards Chong. Good tackle initially coming in there by Styles, but the ball is broken to Sariki, who clips in a high cross to the back post. Burrows on the volley, pulls it back towards O'Hare, goes down, no penalty. O'Hare thought he was caught. Chris Wilder, hands to his head. Sheffield United now on the retreat as West Brom come forward on the counter. 5 in blue and white are forward here. Isaac Price from 25 yards with a curling shot that goes wide. One bounce and it's beyond Cooper's far post.
Yeah, end to end, that spell of play. Sheffield United getting at one end, a deep cross that's pulled back to Callum O'Hare. Just tries to put his body in front of Malumbi, I think it is. Nothing really doing for me on that occasion, but West Brom break. Mikey Johnson picks out a pass to Isaac Price, who cuts in and probably takes the wrong option, never really gets hold of the shot. He's got a bit of support up there and puts it wide, comfortable in the end. But West Brom, in my opinion, they need to, they've got this 2-goal lead, but if one goal can turn this game, so they have got to manage the game sensibly. They've got to keep the ball. If they get an opportunity to go forward, then so be it, but just keep the ball away from Sheffield United.
Yeah, Sheffield United having a little more possession in the last few minutes, but as I say, that tigerish and tenacious, he's won it back. Styles off Chong on the halfway line, right down below us, and Ryan Mason applauds, and so do the West Brom fans here in the Halfords Lane side of the ground, which is pretty full tonight. And again, lots more Santa hats in the crowd actually as I look over the edge of the commentary position, those red and white Santa hats. Everybody's in the Christmas spirit, and they'll certainly be at West Brom if they can finish this game off. They've got 14 minutes plus added time to see out. Free kick to Sheffield United, and they go back to Cooper. Here is Burrows in the left-back position, nudging it forward to Callum O'Hare. O'Hare getting the boos because he is ex-Aston Villa. And Japhet Tanganga wins Sheffield United a throw on the opposite side, the east side of the ground. Any sign, Mark Albrighton, that Sheffield United could get back into it?
I think the only sign we've seen is that attack a couple of minutes ago and the very minimal penalty shout that we seen, the challenge on O'Hare, but it all looks quite comfortable. They've not really cut in West Brom open, given away again there from McGuinness this time. Straight
to Grant, left corner of the area, shuffles infield. McGuinness does well actually, stands up and just whips it off his right boot and holds on to possession as well. Chong is fouled, and indeed Sariki's gone down here for Sheffield United. They both get to their feet pretty quickly in the end. A Sheffield United free kick midway inside their own half of the field. There are West Brom subs who've been warming up as well. Ryan Mason understandably hasn't seen fit to make any changes. It's been a brilliant second half so far for West Brom, heading for just their third win in 11 league games. 2-0 up on Sheffield United. Sariki forward to Arblaster with the long sleeve shirt on. He nudges it wide to Chong, back to Sariki again. Now McGuinness, midway inside his own half, not even token pressure on the defender. It's worked out to the far side, and Burrows back infield to Tanganga, just shy of the halfway line. Square ball. Sariki trudges over the halfway line into West Brom territory. West Brom with a good defensive shape here, and now the interception is made by Malumbi. Careless pass infield by Chong. Hegebe turns on the halfway line. The anticipation rises whenever he gets the ball, but he's beaten to it by the slide tackle of McGuinness this time. The ball is with Sariki on the halfway line. Chris Wilder watches on as Chong tries to attack for Sheffield United. Looks for Cannon towards the near side corner flag. Cannon has kept the ball in play. Bielik gets a good tackle in though, and Price first for the second ball in front of Sariki, then Bielik slides in again. Tremendous determination about everything that West Brom are doing, but Sheffield United are still on the attack. Burrows out on the left infield. Arblaster with a bobbled pass. Now Bamford on the turn, shoots, and that's blocked by Styles, arms behind his back. Now Chong, right corner of the area, onto the left foot. jostled all the way by Karlan Grant. They're working really hard now, West Brom. Gus Harmer with a deep ball to the back post, and as that flicked off the head of Campbell. Going to be kept in play anyway by Burrows. Wasn't going to trickle out for a corner. Back to Arblaster. This is a little more like it from Sheffield United, certainly in terms of possession and territory, but West Brom doing a good job of protecting Joe Wildsmith at the moment. Harmer finds Chong. Really rattled that into his feet. Back to Harmer, 25 yards out. Arblaster on the turn, edge of the area. Didn't get the shot away, tried to smuggle it through the middle. It has dropped to Callum O'Hare. Brilliantly timed challenge by Campbell lunging in. Now they counter again, West Brom. Grant is over halfway. It's 4 against 4 in this counter-attack. Grant slows the game down. Plays it square to Price, who's allowed to surge forward and hit it from range, and that sails over the top. And Ryan Mason is absolutely furious with it.
Yeah, and rightly so as well. Again, that's twice in the last 5-10 minutes that Isaac Price has chose the wrong option. He's chose to shoot. That stage of the game, 10 minutes to go, you're 2-0 ahead. You need the win badly, and Sheffield United had just come back into the game a little bit there. That West Brom had had to soak up a little bit of pressure. They finally get the breakaway, and Isaac Price just wastes an opportunity and wastes possession with the shot over the bar from best part of 25-30 yards. So I can understand Ryan Mason's frustration with there. That was an opportunity just for him to have a bit of a spell and get the ball back and manage the game a little bit more.
Because Sheffield United at the other end did threaten another good challenge, this time by Campbell to deny Callum O'Hare at the vital moments. Header away by Styles from the left back position, falling to ground as he clears it away. Diakite holds the ball up well, and it's knocked forward by Grant and hooked out to the left hand side by Hegerberg again. Faultless in the second half, Hegerberg. Can't think of a single mistake that he's made, Mark.
No, I'd have to agree with you. even on that occasion there, it's not a great ball into him, but he manages to deal with it. He brings it down and then he finds the pass. He's a very simple player in terms of he don't look to do too much with the ball. He gets it and plays the simple pass and then makes another movement. He's been excellent.
He's the one to watch. 7 in 7 now, and 9 for the season overall for the West Brom. Number 19. Hegerberg is everywhere. Karlan Grant wins it back, finds Hegerberg, nudges it back out wide to Grant, dead ball line, low ball in and turned behind by Tanganga. For a moment there it looked like it could have ended up in the back of his own net. Corner to West Brom with 8 minutes to go, and a third will surely seal all 3 points for them.
Yeah, it would, and obviously we've spoken a lot about Hegerberg in this second half especially, but I think throughout the game Karlan Grant's been fantastic as well. He's been a constant threat. He's probably the one up top with the pace, and in the first half everything that they sort of any half attack came through Karlan Grant, and he's been there again second half as well.
It's his corner, short to Johnston, left corner of the box, back out wide to Grant, chips the ball in right footed, too close to Cooper, and the opportunity wasted by by West Bromwich Albion, who want to get Charlie Taylor onto the field for the last 8 minutes plus added time here, live and exclusive to National Radio on Talk Sport 2. 50 live matches over the festive period. Make sure you've got the app to be across it all. Danny Ings is going to come on for Sheffield United. Maybe it was a couple of changes too many tonight to their starting lineup. Out on the left is Callum O'Hare. Infield with the pass, flicked towards Cannon. Cannon a bit slow to react and smuggled away initially by Nat Phillips. It's going to be smacked further clear by Campbell. Didn't travel all that far. Tanganga's got it back, and Sheffield United can come forward again. Some of the West Brom fans heading away now, satisfied that the job is done, but it's not done yet. If Sheffield United can get one back, it'll be an interesting last few minutes. Phillips clears upfield, slices the clearance, drops down to Harmer. I guess this is where nerves can come into play. Chong nudges it wide right to Sariki. Sariki's in swinging cross, headed down and wide by Cannon. Edge of the box, not an easy header at all. Here's Mark Albright.
No, not an easy header, too far out, not enough pace on the cross either. Probably the wrong option to go for goal. But if Sheffield United do nick one, this place will be full of nerves. So if they can get one in the next few minutes, the scoreline isn't necessarily wrapped up. and like I say, that it will become a nervous stadium. And obviously Danny Ings coming on, he's known for a goal. He's obviously off the mark now for Sheffield United, so he'll be looking to add to that.
Charlie Taylor replacing Isaac Price for West Brom, and yes, Ings for Bamford. That first goal for Danny Ings on Tuesday, and surely a player who can be a success in the Championship with the quality that he's shown in his career at the Premier League level. Of course, the key is, can he stay fit?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think obviously with the amount of games as well, it's that could be a test.
West Brom could be in here by the deflection. Johnston away down the right hand side, pulls it across, and it's just wide by Hegerberg from inside the 6-yard box, and by his standards he really should have scored. Maybe the goalkeeper, maybe defender got a touch on it. Cooper's hurt his hand, I think. It's going to be a corner to West Brom.
Yeah, I'd like to see that back, but I think that could be superb defending by Tanganga, who slid in last ditch. But again, another great move. Mikey Johnson gets the ball on the right hand side. He has to hold the ball up for support into the box, and then plays a great ball in. Hegerberg just has it taken off his toe there by Tanganga.
You're not wrong. It was a brilliant sliding intervention. Otherwise it would have been 3. Johnston's corner for West Brom into the near post, headed away by O'Hare. Grant misses his kick on the volley, then does scoop the ball up into the air at the second attempt, only half away by McGuinness, and then knocked upfield by Tanganga, further clear by Gus Harmer for Sheffield United. We're in the 86th minute, West Brom in command of the game, 2-0 up, and they have possession now, away on the far side. Campbell concedes a throw, and is that a reshuffle for West Brom? It looks like Taylor's gone to left back, and as Styles has moved forward, hasn't he, I think, Mark, into midfield, which is an area where he actually plays his international football and is very comfortable.
Yeah, exactly, and they've got the fluidity within the squad and the team to be able to change things around a little bit, and I think Styles will give them that security in the middle of the park there, along with Diakite and Malumbi.
Here comes Sheffield United. Cannon's layoff out to the right to Danny Ings, the number 9. Just over 3 minutes plus added time to go. Sheffield United 2 goals behind on TalkSport 2. Harmer 30 yards out. Been a really good watch this second half. Femi Sariki dribbling towards the dead ball line, and double deflection on his attempted cross, away by Johnston, out of play for a throw. Had a bit of everything, this West Brom performance in the second half. Not only the quality going forward, but so resolute at the back as well.
Yeah, well, I did think even in the first half, I thought they was quite organised out of possession. In possession they looked a bit shaky at the back, but out of possession they looked organised, and as we watch the ball come in,
Harmer's cross is headed away at the near post. It'll drop down to the near side, and a foul by Grant on Chong. Free kick, Sheffield United. Dangerous area.
Yeah, it is, and with the quality that they've got on the pitch, Gus Harmer, Callum O'Hare, either one of these could put this in. Burrow's coming over as well. We know what a delivery he's got as well. So this will test that West Brom defence.
Certainly will. Plenty of red and white shirts forward, and West Brom have decided, understandably, to bring everybody back. Gus Harmer now the only man over the ball. It's level with the right edge of the penalty area. Harmer fizzes that one in, punched away by Wildsmith. Got a good strong hand to that. The goalkeeper dealt with it well. Cannon reverse ball. Burrows with the chip cross into the penalty area. Danny Ings is up there, cleared off the line. Away at the last moment by Campbell. Sheffield United have got it again. Harmer on the diagonal, high ball into the penalty area once more. Again it's cleared away by West Brom. That's the closest Sheffield United have come. Here come West Brom on the counter, and a foul surely. No foul on Styles. Sheffield United win it back again. Streaming forward from left to right. They were nearly back into the game. 90 seconds of normal time to go. Still 2-0 to West Brom, but only just. As Diakite makes a good tackle on Chong. Loose ball kept in play by Sariki. Chong right corner of the penalty area. Everybody behind the ball now for West Brom at the Smethwick end of the ground, where the Sheffield United fans are. Whip ball in by Chong, only half away. Mark McGuinness with his back to goal. Plays it out to Arblaster. Our blaster, the number 4, away on the left-hand side. Really poorly hit cross, overhit. Sariki again will keep it in play. Sheffield United trying to fashion a late opportunity as another header is cleared away by Bielik. Last minute of normal time now. Up goes McGuinness at the back post, and the flag is up, and that might be just about enough for West Brom.
Yeah, they've dealt with it well. The quality of the delivery from Sheffield United weren't quite on point, but it's still got to be dealt with, and they was getting good purchase on the clearances and the headers away. You could see Ryan Mason screaming as soon as they were headed away for them to squeeze up, get that defence up, get that line up, try and ease that pressure. But in the end, it's an offside at the back post that relieves that pressure, and they could just start to breathe a little bit.
Well, Mikey Johnston taking a long walk across the pitch and getting a standing ovation. Sam Illing Jr. is going to come on. He's been very bright tonight, hasn't he, Mikey Johnston?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's not had loads of the ball in dangerous areas, but I tell you, he's done the other side really well, especially when his team have needed him. He's tracked back, he's put in the hard yards, and that's a credit to him, because there's a lot of wingers that when they're creative players, they feel like they don't need to do that side of the game, but he's certainly stepped up tonight.
5 added minutes at the end of the game at the Hawthorns. Empty seats, quite a lot of them at the moment. A lot of the West Brom fans confident the job is done. Some of the Sheffield United away support thinned out as well, heading out into the night. 2-0 to West Bromwich Albion, and Sheffield United with, as I say, 5 minutes to somehow try and save a point. So Illing Jr. on for West Brom. Daryl DK is stripped in, ready to go down below us. Sheffield United have the ball, but it's midway inside their own half, and they must get it forward with nearly a minute of the 5 added having been played already on TalkSport 2. McGuinness at the heart of the defence. Right back is Sariki with a high ball forward, chested down by Danny Ings. He took that out of the air beautifully, Ings, and he's won a throw 10 yards from the corner flag. Good hold-up play by Ings. And Sariki's going to take the throw from way back from where he actually could have taken it. In the end, McGuinness inside the West Brom half, rolls the ball square to Tanganga. Tanganga chips a high diagonal ball, and it's headed away by Charlie Taylor. Easy that really for West Brom to defend in the end. McGuinness has nudged it into the path of Harmer. We've had nearly 2 of the 5 added minutes, and Sheffield United is surely going to see their unbeaten run in the league come to an end. They're 2-0 down. Tanganga to McGuinness. Time is running out rapidly for Chris Wilder's team. Femi Sariki out on the right. That's a good ball to the back post. I say good ball, it was probably overhit. Illing Jr. clears, throw to Sheffield United. And the referees stopped it, so West Brom can make the change. If it's Hegerber, it is. He's going to get quite the ovation, I think, here, Mark Albrighton.
Yeah, and rightly so. That's one of the best performances from a number 9 that I've seen in a long time. I probably did him a disservice earlier when I said he's a bit of a simple player. What I meant by that was he does the simple things very, very well. He doesn't complicate the game. He gets the ball, takes it in, he brings his mates into play. His movement's fantastic, and he's got an eye for a goal, as we've seen tonight as well. His finishing's top notch. So credit to him. Started slow at the start of the season, but he's really coming into his own now, and he's really looking like a very big player, not just for West Brom, but in terms of in this league.
There's a man in a full-on Santa suit applauding Hegerber as he goes off. Daryl DK onto the field for West Bromwich Albion. 2 minutes of the 5 added to go. West Brom 2, Sheffield United 0. West Brom have nearly got the job done here on the Friday night football. Norwich against Southampton, Coventry against Bristol City in the Championship, live on TalkSport 2 tomorrow. Back-to-back commentaries. Here is Harmer for Sheffield United, rolling it out wide, near side the right. Chong with the delivery, flicked on at the near post, and then Arblaster at the far is denied. Burrows was up there too. It is a corner, a late corner in front of the away fans for Sheffield United. And they've taken it short. Burrows gets it back from Harmer, down to the dead ball line, pull back Arblaster, and he steered it well wide, and that is surely that.
Yeah, I think that just about does it. I think they worked the corner really well actually, and when it comes back to Arblaster, they didn't really commit to the shot, just tries to side foot guide it into that far corner, but probably gets a little bit too much slice on it, and it's always going away from goal. And like you say, 94 minutes on the clock, it looks very much like that's done and dusted, and a fantastic win for West Bromwich Albion.
Absolutely. The end is nigh now to start the championship weekend. It's going to be West Brom who kick things off with a victory here on Talk Sport 2, short of an absolute miracle for Sheffield United, and a miscue by Sariki at the back. Styles is nearly onto it. He's absolutely endless energy, Callum Styles. Sariki is held onto the ball again. Back pass to Cooper, who clears. There are only 15-20 seconds to go, and all that's left for West Brom is to keep a clean sheet to round off a very good night's work. Styles is fouled on the halfway line by Chong, and nothing more that Chris Wilder and his coaching team can do. West Brom take the free kick quickly. Carlin Grant is away down the left, DK in the middle, cross is deflected away. Grant retrieves the loose ball. Ryan Mason is saying, calm it down, go to the corner flag. That's exactly what Carlin Grant is going to do here. He's held up and he's pulled it back, and the effort over the top from Inning Jr. Well, there was no going to the corner flag in the end, Mark.
And I think the idea in the first place was to go to the corner flag for Carlin Grant, but it seemed to open up for him a little bit, and he thought he could get his side another goal, and tries to cut it back, and the shot's just a bit wayward in the end. But
we're into the 6th added minute here at the Hawthorns. I don't think the referee's looked at his watch just yet. He has now, and that's it. A win that really could kick-start West Bromwich Albion's season. A very impressive second half in just about every aspect, and they start the championship weekend on Talk Sport 2 with a well-deserved victory. Chris Wilder is not happy. He's immediately telling his players to go over to the away fans. Sheffield United's unbeaten league run comes to an end, and really it came crashing down as Wilder marches across the pitch here. Is he actually going across to speak to the referee? He is certainly a man who is full of frustration at the end of the game. Sheffield United, one or two players complaining to the referee. There was a penalty shout in the second half, but Chris Wilder, as he goes and shakes the hands of the match officials, is marching straight over to the away supporters, and that is a sign, I think, that he is far from happy with what he has seen tonight here at the Hawthorns. 2 second half goals for West Bromwich Albion, both beautifully crafted, beautifully executed, and well finished. Arne Hegerberg at the heart of both of them, scored the first after George Campbell's cross, set up the second, finished spectacularly by Carlin Grant, and it's a really morale boosting victory for West Bromwich Albion. They've beaten Sheffield United by 2-0.